Hello everyone, my name is Giovanni. Thank you for clicking on this video, and if you're suffering from HPPD, I'm sure you'll get some great value from these 10-15 minutes we're going to be together. So what I'm going to do today is, first of all, I'm going to briefly introduce my experience with HPPD, and after that I'm going to give you 3 don'ts, 3 things I really don't want you to do to heal from HPPD in your healing journey. And I'm also going to give you 3 do's, so 3 things I think that you should do to heal faster and keep up the spirit while doing so, because in my experience, and I'm pretty sure in yours too, HPPD can be devastating. It can really lead you to low places where you don't really want to stay long. So to begin, I'd like to show you my experience. Now, I was 17 when I took LSD. It was LSD-1CP. It was one of these research chemicals, and in case you're not familiar with these, these molecules that most of the times are legal because they're so new that the government still have not prohibited them. So it was something I ordered online pretty easily, and my trip went great. Actually, it was stratospherically cool. It was so cool. But soon enough, 2 weeks after, I started noticing floaters in my vision, which I did not notice before. Was not sure if I did not have them, but I definitely did not notice them. And with the floaters, I also started noticing the visual snow, and that freaked me out. And I can remember when I was realizing that watching in the sky, I was seeing all of these dots flickering around, not only in the sky, but also in a dark room. I noticed visual snow. And some of the other things I've had was that I had traces, so especially when it was dark, I saw the traces of objects moving forward and backward, and they left a trace. And I also saw sometimes the ground breathing, just like in my trip, where every shape, every dimension was being altered. I also saw that. So I began to search on the internet, and since the realization that I developed HPPD, and adding that to the compulsion I developed by checking on the internet and trying to understand how to heal, and if these symptoms go away, if I'm losing my mind, if I'm going crazy, then I began to spiral in a very huge depression. And it took me really a lot of help, I was blessed because I received so much changes in my life. I moved country, I've changed my environment, so I met new friends which were not doing drugs, and this allowed me to detach from this world to which I was really attached, and to stop with a lot of habits. And eventually, moving forward 3 years after, actually not even 3 years, it's been 3 years and a half almost, I'm here and I say that I'm healed. And now let me explain you what I mean with that. Unfortunately, I still do have some of my symptoms. I still do see some floaters. I still do have visuals now. I still have very occasionally some of these distortions, ground breathing, wall breathing, whatever I talked about. And I also have a tinnitus, so I still manifest some of the symptoms. However, I say that I'm healed because my life is no longer dictated by HPPD. I don't think about HPPD anymore, or maybe occasionally. I am focused on other things in my life, so I am living as HPPD was not there. So I'm not bothered emotionally from it, which is then why I say that I'm healed. And I want you to understand a very important thing. HPPD can heal. Most of the times it heals. For most of the experiences I've seen online, it does heal, but it can take at times very short, at times longer times. Sometimes it can persist for really years, but I believe that eventually it can heal. Anyways, I don't want to give you false expectations. You might have to struggle with this for some time, but that does not mean you cannot heal, you cannot enjoy your life again, you cannot escape from this depression and despair that HPD comes with, and start appreciating and focusing on other things in your life that are more important. So you can heal, whether or not your symptoms disappear. You deserve to enjoy life again. Now, this has been my experience, and I'm telling you, I've really thought, when I was in my lowest, I really thought I did not deserve to be around anymore. I was so despair, thinking that I was going crazy, that I was gonna lose my mind. But with some patience, with some perseverance, with the cultivation of some good habits, I actually came to be in a place where I call myself healed. Now, I'm gonna go to the 3 don'ts. 3 things I really don't want you to do to move you forward in your healing journey. Now, the first thing I want you to do, to not do, is obsess with checking on internet, on Reddit, on forums, on research papers, whatever it is, your internet compulsion. I want you to stop that. Really stop it. Now, in my journey, after I did the first search on the internet, I did not spend a day for maybe months not looking at the internet, not reading about other people experiencing HPPD. And all that brought me was just more anxiety. I was comparing myself to everybody else's journey. And the thing with HPPD is that it's very different. There's no single way in which the symptoms manifest. There's no single time frame in which the symptoms heal. So I found myself reading all of these stories and comparing my journey to the ones of others, whether it's not the ones of others. So I was getting, I was reading people, I have it from so many years, I also have these symptoms. And I was started thinking, what if I have these symptoms too? And I remember that happened with the tinnitus, I read about tinnitus. And then, one day I had a panic attack. I was so anxious when I had a panic attack. And in that panic attack, I developed a tinnitus. And since then, it's there. I mean, now I don't even bother for me. I'm not even caring about it. But I know it's there. And it all happened because I read someone's story. I got anxious about it. And soon enough, I had a panic attack. And boom, here you have the tinnitus. So please, stop your internet compulsion. Now, if you don't want to stop it at all, I understand it's still cool to get some information about this condition at times and connect with somebody. It's important as well. So maybe you don't want to stop it, but at least you want to check in the internet with regards to HPPD mindfully. Now, what I mean with mindfully, I want you to do it in a calm state, in a set time, It's not that you're out with friends and you're studying, you're enjoying life, you're working, and you grab your phone, you check HPPD. No. That will just override your mind with unuseful information for that moment. So if you don't want to stop this internal compulsion and you're sometimes curious about looking at HPPD, do it, but do it mindfully. When you know you're calm, when you know you have a precise time for it, because otherwise you will occupy the rest of your day. You will obsess with the internet, your phone will become an obsession, and really you don't want that, because that adds up to the stress. And we don't want so much stress because we're already fucked up by all of these hallucinations, and not really hallucinations, but alterations of our perception we are experiencing. So stop the internal compulsion. Now, the second thing I would like you to don't do is stop checking in on your symptoms. Now, I know this sounds crazy. I know you're like, what? How can I stop noticing my floaters? They're floating everywhere. How can I stop, noticing my virus? Every time I see a bright or dark environment, how can I stop noticing how bothered I am from light? That actually was another one of my symptoms, light. I was super susceptible to light, like seeing even the sun reflecting on white surfaces bothered my eyes so much. How can I stop checking on this? Well, you can. Actually, I know it seems crazy, but you can. There's this nice phrase that Tony Robbins, I've heard it, that says, where focus goes, energy flows. So the more you focus on your symptoms, the more you check whether they are there, the more energy will go to them, the more you will see them. So the idea now here is to stop checking in on your symptoms, right? And what do you do with them, with this energy you use on these symptoms? Well, you divert it to something else. So you try to focus on your hobbies, on your passion, on improving yourself, doing a sport, whatever it is, or even what's happening around you in that moment. Because we do walk around with all of these strange perceptual disorders, but we are still living life. We can focus on whatever we are doing. For instance, you're walking, focus on walking. This is kind of a bit of mindfulness intervention, let's say. But I want you to stop checking in on your symptoms, and the more you do it, the more you will see that these will lessen, in the sense that you will be less bothered from them. You will start seeing that you're focused on more other things in life, and without you even noticing, you'll start putting this HPPD, which is in the front of your life, you'll start putting it a bit in the background, and this will free up the space for you to enjoy life again. But for that to happen, you do need to develop the skill to prevent you from checking in every single moment if HPPD symptoms are there. You know, I did that. You know, I looked at the sky every day to see if I still had the floaters and visuals. No, I still, you know, put my fingers in my ear and to see if I had my tinnitus and all of these things. But bro, they don't help me. They didn't, knowing that they're still there won't help you. So, first, don't internal compulsion. Second, don't checking in on your symptom. Third, don't. The third thing I don't want you to do is do drugs. Now, this is perhaps one of the hardest, because if you find myself in a situation like I was experiencing, where all your friends, or for a large portion of your life, you spend it, you know, getting high, drinking, and trying whatever drugs, you know, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, because then stopping drugs for you does not mean simply, you know, giving up on weed, giving up on you know, getting high. No, it also means creating a new way of living, and I would say a better way of living. And I know that can be hard and overwhelming. You know, I remember I was 17 when I had this condition, so I had people around me, you know, drinking and smoking and, you know, having fun with all these drugs, and I was like, oh man, come on, why cannot have it? Well, moving forward, I'm telling you, I'm so happy I did not keep doing it. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful that finally HPPD, you know, the fear of augmenting my HPPD symptoms, it gave me enough leverage to move forward in my life and leave behind all of these habits. So again, I understand if me telling you stop drugs triggers you and, you know, says, you know, I can no longer have fun. No. You can have a lot of fun, and even more fun, if you stop doing drugs. And the reason why it is so important is because so many substances can interact with HPPD symptoms. Really, I've read people about caffeine, nicotine, even chocolate. I read someone, but now I don't want you to obsess you for drinking coffee and eating chocolate now. But it's just to illustrate you that there's a lot of psychoactive substances, so substances that act on the brain, they can really interfere with HPPD. And of course, we want to avoid the most strong ones. So weed, I don't know, MDMA, whatever other drugs you're doing, other psychedelics, don't do them. Don't do them. And, you know, I know this, saying simply this might not get you to stop doing drugs, because it's a journey. It takes some time, but it's something you really need to focus on if you want to heal from HPPD, because otherwise you might just dig deeper into the grave, and you don't want to go further. You don't want to have more HPPD symptoms. You don't want to have more depression or anxiety and the personalization. Other of my symptoms I actually forgot to have, which is that feeling, you know, you're out of my body. You don't want more of that, and to not have more of it, definitely you should stop doing drugs. So 3 don'ts. The internet compulsion, I want you to stop it. The checking in compulsion, I want you to not do it. And the third thing I don't want you to do is any more drugs. Any more drugs that will hamper you, that will slow you down, that will poison you. And take some time, I can go deeper on how I managed to stop my drinking and smoking weed habits, because those were the main drugs I was struggling with. But chances are maybe you have some hard drugs going on as well, which might be a bit harder, but I think I still have the skills and experience to talk about that. So if there's any of these 3 points you would like me to expand on in another video, please let me know. I will be more than happy to help you and give you some further advice. Now, really quickly, I would like you to talk about 3 things you actually can do. And first of all, if you're really struggling, if you're so desperate, if you are not telling anybody about your condition because you feel ashamed, because you're scared of what might they think, well, I actually want you to seek some help, because HPPD can get people into experience such a deep, depressive state, hopeless state, because you think these things will never go away and you will never enjoy life again, that it can be really scary. So if you're not having any source of support next to you, please find one, talk to a friend, connect with some people. If you don't have any other chance, do it online. But don't keep it on yourself, especially if you're struggling. Please do seek some help, because I've been there to the point where, again, I no longer thought I deserved to be around. I wanted to be around. I thought I was crazy and fucked up for my life. That's not the case. Trust me, that's not the case. But if you're there thinking about it and obsessing it, do seek somebody that can help you. Now, a little short note on this help before I go to the other two things I want you to do is this condition is poorly understood. So many doctors, many even psychologists, I don't know, many people in the healing many people in the healing field won't know what this condition is, won't know how to heal it properly, won't know how to approach you. So it can be hard to search for help. I know I saw some doctors and the first thing they said, nah, I don't believe, I don't care. And, prescribing me, antidepressants and benzodiazepines like that. Please make sure that you seek help if you're struggling, but also if you do not get so much demoralized if people don't understand you. Even doctors and psychologists don't understand you, because this is a poorly understood condition. So eventually you find somebody who knows about it, but you have to be patient. My second thing I really want you to do is be patient. Be patient. Now, these last two things I want you to do are more qualities I really want you to embody, because these will take you so further away in your journeys, in the healing journey. Not only in the healing journey, I guess in your life, there are amazing qualities. But the first one is be patient. Be patient, because you want every moment for these symptoms to disappear. You want every moment for these symptoms to go away. And that gets you into an obsession towards finding the cure, towards healing now. And so you go on the internet, you search what vitamins, what drugs, what thing I have to do. No. You can heal. You will heal, but it will take some time. So you better be patient. And you'll see that if you approach HPD from a place of patience, the stress it has on you will diminish. It will really diminish incredibly. So I tell you this looking back, because again, I was super obsessed with finding the cure, finding the vitamins I was saying before. But actually what healed me the most was time passing. So being patient for the time to pass. And of course, in that time, you don't want to do other drugs. Most importantly, you also don't want to do the other two things I said about before, checking in on your symptoms, checking in on the internet. If you follow these things and you wait in your passion, you'll see that your healing will move forward. And you'll find yourself pretty soon freed from so much of the pain of HPPD. Now, the third and last thing I want you to do is persevere. Again, this is another quality. I was thinking more, what precise actions I want to know, but I thought it might be better now to just start with giving you some of the mindset that helped me the most with HPPD. Because again, as it is such a poorly understood condition, there's no set way to treat it. It comes more in handy at times to have a more positive mindset than the right tools, the right tools to heal you with drugs, vitamins, whatever it is. So having the right mindset in this specific case, while HPPD is still not very understood, might be very important. That's why my third thing I want you to do is persevere. Persevere through the moments where you feel fucked up, when these perception, visuals, tinnitus, deformations of the ground, of the sky, and whatever you're seeing is weird and crazy might come to you. Persevere and say to yourself, I got this. This is shit. This is horrible, but I'm gonna heal from this. And I'm not gonna let despair settle in. So, summarizing, 3 don'ts. Don't check in compulsively on the internet. Don't check in compulsively on your symptoms. Don't do drugs. And 3 do's. Ask for help if you're really in a bad place, keeping in mind that it might be difficult to find somebody who understands the condition, but that there is somebody that can help you. Be patient. Be patient because it takes time. Be patient because it's the right mindset to approach with this condition. And 3rd, persevere. Persevere through the dark times. Persevere to the moments you're overwhelmed from these symptoms and you think you no longer have a way out. You do have a way out. Follow this advice I've gave you, and I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that HPPD weight on you will lessen gradually over time. Don't despair. Keep faith, and if there's anything you want me to talk about more, I did a 25-minute video, but if there's anything I did not touch you would like me to talk about, everything I did touch and you want me to expand on, please drop it in the comments and I'll come and make another video. And I wish you all the best, really. I cannot tell you how much I feel you, how much I've been through HPPD, how much I suffer from it, and I proudly say that it's something, it's a challenge that, even though incredibly painful, has changed me for the better, because it has made me so strong going through it. So know that I'm here, know that you can text me. I'm gonna leave my Instagram on here, so if you wanna send me a message and you're struggling with something particular, I would love to help you. And hear you soon. Have faith.